Joining us now is Okpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, OG.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. I waved first. How are you? Happy Friday.
Yes, same to you.
Same to you.
Good morning,
Good
OG,
morning.
TGIF.
TGIF. Well, good morning to you, viewers. We begin what's trending today in Nigeria. Videos of brutality by security agents and Nigerian citizens have been making waves on social media in the past week. After the COVID-19 lockdown announced by President Muhammadu Buhari, videos of motorists being attacked by traffic officials have also surfaced on various social media platforms. Now, a video of some officials of the Federal Road Safety Corps aggressively confronting a motorist for driving off with a police officer on top of a car bonnet has gone viral. Let's take a look.
Stop! No! Oh my goodness.
Punish you. God punish you. God punish you.
My tire
God punish you.
because he asked me to wind down and I refused to wind down. They're not wearing masks.
God punish you.
Okay. Sorry.
Where's your protection? Why are you asking me to wind down?
Well, very ugly scene there.
Do you see him throw the license plates off the car?
Well, he's trying to indicate that that's the property of the Federal Road Safety Corps because you get your plate number right, maybe from Federal Road Safety Corps. But in terms of behavior, you know, I've been saying it on this program that all the security agents who are on the streets, who are helping to enforce the lockdown, they should use common sense and discretion. We had in one state the case of soldiers killing someone. I think that was in Delta State. In another state, we've had reports of violence against persons, defenseless persons, unarmed persons, by uniformed personnel who are enforcing the lockdown. In Delta State again, a young man was shot in the buttocks just because he joined a group of women who were protesting the renewal of the lockdown. So all of this is very ugly. And of course, only yesterday, the director of the National Human Rights Commission indicated that whereas 12 persons, now the number rose to 13, died from COVID-19 total in Nigeria so far. He disclosed that, in fact, security agents have killed 18 persons.
Thank you.
So we have lost more persons to extrajudicial killing than to COVID-19.
Thank you.
That is unacceptable.
It's not fair at all.
But the FRSC so far has handled this matter well. They responded to public outrage. And the Corps Marshal of the FRSC says that, you know, this behavior is against the core values and operational guidelines.
Yeah, you're right. If we can pull up their tweet. They did post a tweet on there.
The man in uniform there saying God punish you.
Yes.
I mean, is the FRSC now an agency of God, you know, to be determining punishment for persons in
but you know,
manner.
the point that the lady was making was the fact that, you know, she didn't pull over because they were wearing masks, and she was, you know, worried about her life. Correct?
At the end of the day,
the safety of the officials themselves. When you meet them at these checkpoints, they are huddled together. They are not observing anything. One person asked me to give him my ID card. I said, no, I have what they call Koro permit. You know, that's what they call it. If you don't show you their ID card, then they say, show us your Koro permit. So I brought out my Koro permit, and I said, just read it from a distance. The man said, no, you expect me to read it from a distance? He started abusing me.
Oh, wow.
But you know,
I said, but I don't want you to touch it. I don't know your status.
It's not
I don't want you to come close to me.
It's not even the education. Simply and truly, they just don't even forget even the core values of these organizations and institutions. These people within them, innate, they do not have these core values as people. They genuinely feel justified in the way they act, in the way they behave, and that's why it's continuous. It's all well and good for the FRSC to come out with the statements, etc. But let's see what difference it makes. At the end of the day, more people have been killed from our security agencies and officials' handling of the lockdown situation than coronavirus itself. What does that say about Nigeria? What does that say?
I know. Well, let's take our next story. Still in Nigeria, the federal government have announced that it will exclude Nigerians with more than 5,000 naira in their bank account and those who spend more than 100 naira on recharge cards from palliatives. President Muhammadu Buhari had announced that the federal government would provide palliatives to support Nigerians while they stay at home amid the lockdown order in Abuja, Lagos, and Ogun State. However, while addressing journalists on Wednesday, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk, said the ministry would use the National Social Register to identify the urban poor who depend on the informal sector to earn their livelihood for the palliatives. Many Nigerians on social media are outraged by the news. Let's take our first reaction. One user, Strong Truth, wrote, "I think it's turning into a joke. This news can't be real. What has recharging phone above 100 naira got to do with the government helping the citizens with money during this hard and difficult time? So if a citizen recharge with 500 naira, does that make the citizen rich? Why is the government so useless?" Another user, Aisha, wrote, "Are you trying to say all the Nigerians won't get palliative care? That means no Nigerian will benefit from this offer because we all recharge our phones with 100 naira and above." I did a little bit of research. I don't know if we have recharge cards less than 100 naira. I hear that you can borrow like 50 naira from somewhere, but I mean...
If anything, to me, this just goes to show the level of poverty that we have in the country.
Correct.
Because if 100 naira or 5,000 naira in your account is considered as good enough for you to survive without palliative measures, for me, it's not even a show on the federal government again. It's more of a show on the fact that this is the genuine reality of how poor Nigeria is. 100 naira is considered sustainable as credits on your phone.
Well, yesterday we had Yowa Akpera on this program. Yowa Akpera is the man in charge of the National Social Safety Nets Coordinating Center. And we are taking him up on the issue of criteria for defining who the poor is. Then now we are getting clearer information, and we have defined that. But it's also a criteria that would not seem to make sense to many Nigerians. Again, what the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs added is that they are targeting the urban poor, the people in the informal sector. However, they will only be able to address just 25% of the people in a particular state, which is really very insignificant number.
Yeah.
But our concern also yesterday in the conversation with Yowa Akpera was this social register that they keep talking about. Where is that social register?
Thank you.
Is it possible to make it public so that all of us can vet it?
Yeah, we need to keep talking about this.
And he was saying that, no, the social register is in the communities. When you go to the communities, you ask the community to give you the social register. I mean, I don't understand what he meant by that. Because, I mean, anybody who wants to audit it, will he have to be going from community to community? Because Nigerians want transparency.
We want to digitize social register.
Even if it is 25% of the poor in a state that will get the money, they want to be sure that they are getting it. But he talks about a palliatives register. I also hope that there will be proper documentation and that will be made public so that we don't give money to ghosts. We want to be sure that all these people who buy a 100 naira recharge card, that at least they get it.
Very well said, Dr. Abati. Let's take our final story in Kenya, where the governor of Nairobi, Mike Sonko, gave out bottles of Hennessy to the poor to protect them against COVID-19. The governor, who has in a £2.7 million corruption trial, is said to have distributed food supplies, soap and hand sanitizers to the less privileged in Nairobi. While addressing the press on Tuesday, the governor said he will be adding small bottles of Hennessy to the welfare packages because the World Health Organization says alcohol kills the virus. Let's take a quick listen.
Giving some small bottles of Hennessy in the food pack, the package which we give to our people. I think from the research which has been conducted by the World Health Organization and various health organizations, it has been revealed that alcohol plays a very major role in killing the coronavirus or any sort of virus. If you see, you take any sanitizer and you check the alcoholic content, you'll find out.
Has anybody asked him how he's doing? Has any of his family members, checked up on his mental health?
It's not about mental health. It's just misinformation.
It's not. This is not disinformation. This is actually this is sheer ignorance that can kill people.
Yes.
That's what it is. This is beyond disinformation.
He's been severely attacked in Kenya.
He's been disowned also by NSC. NSC issued a statement and said there is no record anywhere that either their brand or any other form of alcohol can cure COVID-19. The thing is that many of these governors, across Africa, think that this is a joke. They think it's an opportunity for comedy.
They're also just not stable.
Opportunity for comedy, really?
Yes, and it's good that NSC has disowned him.
Yes.
They don't want to make sales by, using their product through a governor to mislead people.
Thank you.
Well,
I'm going to head home and actually just think about that for a minute. Anyway.